court does call the cases of, well, Arbor One and Arbor One West. Call the case of Arbor One West versus compensation. All right. Well, who was this? You don't want me. Go ahead. I said that you don't want me, so I'll let you watch this. See what it is. All right. Correct. Are they here? I think that's all right. Right. And then some issues were brought up, if I recall. So of the 17 individuals, was there anybody in jail? No. Of the 17 individuals, was there anybody else here that needed to help on justice? That's your list, right? Well, good. Okay, so that was number 8 on the list that I couldn't pass. Any of the others that I did not was Joseph Blankenship, Erica Reed, and there were a number of people that I believe wanted to testify via Zoom.
This moment matters more than it sounds. When witnesses are suddenly relocated, that can mean safety or silence. It complicates testimony, delays accountability, and makes fact-finding harder. For the court, this creates a puzzle. How do you assess conditions in a building when the people who live there are scattered across the map?
Then there were, yes, some other. So right now, the only person is Miss Stephen Harris that you guys are aware of. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, she's here. Okay, her is one that's still does it. Oh. And then as we ran into an issue that may have specifically related to Deal. And you're here representing Deal. Pardon? Oh. And what may be some potential issues. These days, orientation. So, you know what? All right. So, we ready to, I guess, since the Griffin is here, start with that would be acceptable to everybody. All right. Pam, if you please come forward to be sworn. You solemnly swear affirm the testimony about the truth, all states you ready to quiet. Ma'am, where do you reside? 1427 117. Oh, thank you. All right. Excuse me? You're homeless? What? So, ma'am, when you were told to that, what was the reason they told you? Well, in June, I thought they hit. But, um, but maybe that's part of the problem. Part of the problem is the buildings had TOCs because they had inspected it. And, I mean, it doesn't mean the conditions were such. Right? I mean, and that's what it sounds like. Here, if the COC existed, it was the prior COC, but her unit Can I say? So, ma'am, at the time that you were there, what was your rent? Your portion? My portion was 165 a month. Right. And then the rest of that house. Okay. How long had it been? Had that been? How long had you been paying 165? I believe 50 years. And that's been your rent for that. Oh, so it hadn't changed really throughout, or if it did, it wasn't. Well, and how it convenient because they so I tell my guy, because I was in the hour and a half.
He said he never show up. So I called him. Well, I don't know what's going on. I'll figure it out. She has to figure it out. So like the issue was tough, and then finally, she's like, I'm not fixing your problem. I'm not doing anything. She's like, if you want to move out, you can move out. I'm like, it's not that you. She charged me $300 extra. Then she charged me $200 for the help. So, once a month. That was my fault. And I just have
Well, when did that?
yeah, just, I was going to try to do it. And I had to pre go to my house.
So, let me, in May 2024, you were still residing there. But at that time, the Housing Commission had shut off.
Like, they were taking me off. Warning us, warning. Doing the transport. She is the she.
Okay, but I'm looking at time. Do you have those notices? Why don't you go get those? So my question to you is in May of 2024, had Arbor One received notice? Pardon? What do you have to tell me? What is
This
this?
is the housing commission. I received one. They received almost. Yeah.
So this is a series of letters throughout. And who knew about this?
Such a video because it started raining. So the landlord is
When you say there was an ongoing issue, what do you Okay, what kinds of things?
I feel finally,
Go ahead.
finally feeling. So why don't you feel the feeling? I think I just a car. Yeah, started my dad, so on the gap. Then it started coming out of the walls. And then I left it overflowed.
Let's pause here because this is no longer about inconvenience. Ceiling collapse, sewage water, black mold, fire risk. These aren't minor maintenance issues. These are habitability violations. Legally speaking, a landlord cannot collect rent on a unit that's unsafe to occupy. Emotionally speaking, imagine living like this and still being told to pay on time.
With sugar water, all over it. So we went to a huge complicated cleaning this stuff up. And then the
Well,
stove,
hold on. Did they fix the ceiling?
no. Right now it's still like it. Well, what? Yeah, I'm saying it.
So we'll get the documents back. So you had the ceiling, you had other water, sewer water, and what? Anything else?
So the problem is so it's not I have to drop out. You know, so complicated. The guy is kind of to be a tackle. And usually use that. Yeah.
Okay, so who was in your unit? You?
Me. Yes. And I was my daughter. want to do things and do it. One is before, but they never take. Never take. And I was one to July. So in July 24th. In July 24th.
Oh, 2023.
Of 2002.
22. Okay.
There's no doubt. 24.
Okay, so and you moved out because the housing commission said you can't. Okay. So you had a voucher. So you had a and so you had a voucher, right? Do you still have it?
The one that I came to know the juice. And teaching and helping us too, but communication to online and the house commission or something like that. We're going to try on. And I will receive it because it was taking the mail and having the mail take it off. So I never received it anyway. So finally, I need to pause it. So now I got that thing. And so then just keep going on other sides. So many more heights.
Okay, so as you sit here today, you believe that you have a voucher. Okay, but you're homeless.
Yeah, I know. You know, the relations you gotta explain why I moved from Arbor One, when you sitting in a food watch.
Yeah. Well, hold on a moment. I mean, part of my problem. Oh, yeah, come on. Let's start. So, council, I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the first 6 pages, and I think everything else should agree with that. Basically, starting at the first photograph. So everything is possible. Page 5. Oh, shit. Oh, I see. Yeah. So first 4 and then 6 should probably be fine. And everything else.
Here's the one.
I would be thinking, was there one?
Here's one here.
Oh, gosh. Oh. Oh. So I would have 6 pages total. Which would be a misjudged it says second notice in the top corner of the accompanying page. That's the one that has to be also. Then I would have the stop payment, which would also be 2 pages. Then I would have the shelter association, 11. And then the ledger. Is that right? Alright. So I did the council. When the council give me everything back like that, or you give it a whole thing back, and I can just make a copy. What do you want me to give everything out? Take everything out. Yeah, not everything. Alright, so then what we're doing is got it. You got some personal stuff. I got it.
I thought I got wrong.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So you understand what I did. I took everything like that out and it copies everything and I have my staff shred. Okay. And then so that needs to be shredded.
This is being shredded.
Correct. Alright. So part of my concern, and you'll see it, Council, when is that the landlord would have known that payment was stopping. And the reasons for it. Yeah. Then filed a case against Griffith on or about that same date. Stop. So payment was going to stop June 1st. Notification of, as I look at it, went out May 24th. And they filed a case.
This is where the case takes a sharp legal turn. The judge notices something critical. The landlord appears to have known housing payments were stopping, yet still filed for judgment anyway. That raises serious questions. Was this a misunderstanding or a calculated move to shift financial blame onto a tenant who legally shouldn't owe that money?
June. Ma'am, but you moved out at the end of June. So
I knew that by June 25th.
well, Council, what is stranger in this is, and then you can ask whatever question you want regarding it. I'm looking at her file, and with the document she's presented, on June 28th, 2024, plaintiff took a judgment for 2388.10, which she could not have gotten unless the payments had stopped, which they said first. Then an amended judgment was to be filed for 1177.10, which would seem to me to be, well, in July, the amended judgment was filed. So, Freeman, while I hear you in saying you don't know this, but what's clear to me based on looking at a file, your client did know this. And despite this just stopping payment, proceeded to take a judgment against her for not only her portion, but for the mission. Man, was there a point where you had stopped paying rent?
No. So,
Hold on, just hold on. I need you to answer the question though. In December 20, we'll work with 24. Did you pay rent to them? You paid your 165. You paid your 165 up to the month you left. Some of this you had submitted to court already. hold on. Just hold on. Ma'am, do you still have records of your payment? Particularly from you do this. Wow. Would it be fair to say you did not, like you didn't pay 165, you would pay different amounts.
Okay, we can't go time.
Right. Gotcha.
So they want to get it. It was like $35.
On your portion. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you. All right, hold on. So, so I understand you're saying you don't, your client may not know anything about it. That can't be true.
Yeah.
You're right, but then look at the numbers. I'd agree with you on that. That's when the abatement took place. Notice of that abatement was prior to or about the same time as the filing of the complaint. That's what I'm saying. But then the problem becomes that on the filing of that complaint, they say she owes $772. I think is what I'm not looking right at the complaint. But then that's on May 23rd. By June 28th, they take a judgment against her for almost $2,400. In July, an amended judgment was to be filed, and they still took a judgment against her for $1,177. Even when it wasn't paid, at some point, plaintiff attempted to enter a dismissal, and I would not enter dismissal in the case, and it became part of these cases. So, I mean, they knew, I mean, unless I hear something different, but it seems to me that they would have known that her unit was not habitable, could not be, or that Mr. was telling them that they needed to fix it. And then they still sued her. And then when Misha did what Misha was going to do and say, we're shutting it off, they took a judgment against her for what Misha hadn't seen. Knowing that Misha wasn't going to pay it because the repairs had been.
I'll answer you as far as
Oh, I get why. Because she has claims. I mean, first of all, it wasn't you. I mean, because you had just come into this. But there's a reason why I swear attorneys need to take the default case. It's not by mistake. Yeah.
Or
I get it. Is there anything else you want?
Yeah, some of those here, I'm gonna show you work to 24. So they are able to let you want to
Anybody else? No? Any questions?
Your Honor, if one put the registration got there, always or should to work with that. Yeah, the other one's not. The twelve. I don't. Yeah, two. So I didn't go. So my God. When I so tell us the flooding right? That's smooth water. Yeah. Okay. What's water? Insurance. What we can, my company then, if you try to tell us from the stairs, they're not fire. I didn't really come and just you, and I didn't see how to talk about, we had come down and told me, this one is the issue is because of the, yeah, that was you should, to resolve this problem. And I didn't start calling on people, yeah, I was patient, that's all. Not anything, I will situation. Or receive a challenge. And you're like, you're regular work. Sometimes you just happen. Take control. So, from where I'm on, it means you are. Then you're strong. Why I'm coming here? You got lots of teams.
You were on the first floor.
So there are two floors are down. My floor is the laundry was what yeah, because yeah. Like now it's all done. Right. So hold on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. We're on spring one. Here goes the tenant. When you walk into the door, not having one, I think she's right here. So you live. Did you guys do that on or the call? Did you got like you guys? I don't think water consistently. No, yeah, she's not really here. Yeah, but some got they use it here. Now they have anything. You must be. Your Honor, I understand that the ski inspectors have some photographs. Not yet.
This unit?
Yes. So I don't know for my column. When you're up there.
Well, I'll hear from them. Um, is there any other questions you have? Go ahead.
Yes. That's right. Going to me. There's something for him yesterday. No, I was on this. So my understanding of voucher that is the argument of expiring. Do you know when the expiration date was? June 4th. No. I'm so sorry. Do you know when June 2000. So that was June. Yeah, I was doing the same thing, but it's fine about 2000. Yeah, 2007. Yeah, 2007. So, my city is like,
You might have to set thoughts.
that's something extraordinary. Do you know why you don't suffer? Or just inflation? More
But you're sure that you have your voucher.
yeah, I talked to, let me see. My cousin just coming.
Right.
We're on court. And I don't need to talk to her. So she told us that we're not taking. So she's going to be on the.
No. So
What's the right of your party? It's hard to find you. It's really hard. You think of the judge. Oh yeah, I'll decide if you want. So you want to know. I am sure that you want to hold it up. And if you're just you. What was it?
so ma'am, where are you living right now?
I don't know that because then when my house is so I was told that. I just don't see us to do about we're back to show.
Yes. So tonight, I guess I have a question. Why shouldn't I order the rehoused? Oh, I know, but I'm asking. My inclination is to order should read so is there any reason I should know?
Not sure that species not. Well, species.
You mean the judgment we should have never done? Okay, but you mean that judgment that should have never been? Well, Mr. Strickland, you and I both know that when landlords want to escape something that they do, you say file against people, and all of a sudden, when things start to look bad, they want to dismiss it. It wasn't by accident, but I didn't know how reason. Because the moment I would have dismissed her case, she never got here and told me because of the
This is the moment everything changes.
so
Judges don't order immediate
understand you saying,
rehousing
you know,
lightly.
your
This is
client
the
didn't
court
know
saying,
about it,
enough.
right? That
Whatever the
is
paperwork
true.
says, the human cost has crossed a line. The system failed here, and the judge is stepping in to stop the damage before it gets worse.
Arbor One West. Of course, so led her to become homeless. When I could sympathize and empathize with it, but I could not do anything about it. Like what I'm about to do, which is I'm going to order the Arbor One West rehousing. She's rehousing slackers.
You're already working and shutting aside a judgment.
I'll consider that for the time. Right now, I want the house. She's good. Okay. What I'm going to do is I want have you talked to the folks at Simpson? They'll operate legal services. Yeah. Supposed to contact Yes, she had to work so much. So that's why I'm going to ask you some help. Please, maybe scoop up. Great. We're probably going to need you back for other testimony. Okay? Great. Thank you. All right. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 additional witnesses that were on our list. Is that right?
That's all.
I know. I saw this too. I have 5 other folks that are on the list. Yeah, it's last problem. Are those individuals still in Arbor One West, or do we know?
We usually have 2 of them for sure that are.
Miss Harris, Freeman Harris, are you still in Arbor One West unit? You're in the Villas office. And you keep raising your hand. Who are you? And were you going to want to testify before the? Okay. I don't know if you're on our list. Oh, you're letting this grow. Okay. Maybe. Sherelle? You? What? Okay. So you have more than you want. All right. She testified. We did subject to constitutional. Your response.
Just joined.
Just joined. Who is that?
Mr. John so,
Miss, I'm almost afraid to ask this question. Miss Harris, I realize you're not on your own. But when you moved, did you pay a security deposit? A new one? Okay. Pardon? Not right now. I just needed, I needed that just as a preliminary thing for my thought process. Okay. Did you want to look up any of those individuals or anything prior to them coming forward? Sure. Not how we work. Okay? Understood? Well, part of the problem is that they can become litigants in a minute. And that's what I've been suggesting to legal services. You want to, yeah. Because quite frankly, I've got individuals, I realize they may not be specific litigants to these cases that I have before me, but I think to the extent that they're going to provide to the court relevant testify. So I'll give you a chance to look up what's the deal with his apartment. Plus, I think 7G3 Green. That was kitty down, right? No, it was not. It was yellow.
Your hunger, we have budget all that.
Yeah. So I will say, at least part I realize he's particularly one. Were there any other individuals out there who are tenants who wanted to provide testimonies that are sitting out in the gallery? Mr. Blankenship, where are you? Oh, right there. Okay. All right. I'm not going to go back through. I promise you folks in the city of Dixie, I will get you. And it's true.
Started to go water. Short.
Didn't she testify?
She testified.
Was that her that wanted it? And no, it was somebody else.
She was actually through the program that she has our more testimony to go what she has. I think dry. Go next to the that's fine.
She is relocated.
She is relocated.
So I'm trying to figure out what would she do. And give me a proffer on what she's going to say.
She will testify to what happened on or not or she will testify to having property to deal with voucher and how that is works. So I'm satisfied with just the assessment of
she is with the why this whole time. I mean, I'm not saying no.
so
I need Miss Harris. It's very close. Here's what we're bringing.
Would you like me to explain to you time?
Hold on. Hold on. I'll get you on. Any questions?
my thoughts are, funny something. Try Christian Hill. Where the thing I know is for my show. And also my instructor. He found out was like, maybe I'm trying sometimes do something like drainage. It'll go right out to the flooding situation. I'm feeling on that for the will actually like that to it, and sometimes like that try to figure out so the instruction campaign is all for the instruction.
What bought most? The dishwasher.
Input flow, even kind of flow, two rocks and stuff there. I really hope we go so that so next thing with my son, my son handle, we were practically like I was trying to take like trying to sure how much I but still they my son loves games. My son, my plan was you go for it, I'm ready for I'm going to get from tired. I was just about to both of my friends song and told me that like well from people anyway, so like not so just use a lot. Yes, I sorry. So photo, 13-year-old, 12-year-old, 6-year-old, 10-year-old, I can probably just see my engineering, summertime, my baby, like, time guy, or the time guy, not model, relating, or times I get the time, either your high other model, work, switch, they get, right, you know, perfectly, you're saying, my 11, when I have 3-year-old, I come home from work, and she's playing people that are watching. And, usually, I would say the total, something at my floor, and bringing my kids to the hospital, so they got me, they, I really told her out, I was there probably, loaded, I was at all the steakhouse and Martin and Sherman and but you know, yellow cat September, she dragged me on the trouble. He's back, Jan, saying, what people are yes. There's suggestions that he bought one thing for my problem. That will not be. So what was your husband was already in the town. Friday, she called me over and then she called me after she was on Monday or she could get out of the she wanted so I went looking for the product, so my wife, so, and Also, police and rules I have to issue they just come, right? But I also so we have to slightly start to play this out. So I feel I don't know what to do about that. So my tongue, I don't, and so my tongue, I'm from sound and shout at the same time. So the water pressure is either too high or too cold. It's not also out the water. So when we're taking a shower, you can the hot water's running out, and she's not start to let it run out, and you can't take the shower raw or wash. So we need to come for the pillow behind me. Don't worry about it. This one I have safe insurance. Oh, the level. And how many these have? About three. It was really fine. It was, I don't know. It was, I do see that then I'll address I don't see like, different shows that I just, like, no, I think I'm trouble. I would go like, I would be, well, yeah. Okay, I want to do that. I think, we're getting up 13. She got friends. I've been put over. Now I get a house downstairs in my father. There's a down in the road. So, watch the walls.
When did you? I'm sorry. When did you? Well, your lease expired in October 2024. And you had been, but your building was tagged as correct? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who did what's that pregnant with my last child. That we get from me, so that I have my kids on like right just one to one anything off of that kind of three. So to bring her $2,000 I was going to choose and move out one more. Right. She told me she's not. I said, why? She said, I don't. I said, well, I don't. Here, the house, I have all of these issues. Yeah, that's not just her house. No, well, you look up, right here, they are right.
No, but it was your case that the payment was. What was the thousand?
So, transfer, my Cuban, so she never told her she's on reelection.
And all during that time, well, hold on a second. Your unit was yellow tagged. What the? Oh,
I'm sure we did not know. I don't know if they was not all people sometimes. Why?
Currently, where are you paying rent for? Into home?
So it's been kind of so very much.
You're pretty discreet, huh? Yeah. He has another card. Pay what you're supposed to pay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, record that stuff. All right, that's my thing. All right. Oh, anything further from our side? Tell me. All right. Sounds like. Okay. Yes. Well, shit. So that's the or yes. Well, you know, so yeah, I was about where was I? My plane is yeah, what I know is that you were sign. There were any other apartments, new complexes, egos, like state apartments. Yes, I'm going to about lunch where I'm just, you know, this is a big thing. So everything? Good. Well, everything. Well, hold on. Stop with you. I'm sure they your complaints are really is there a question in that? Hold on. Is there a question? Well, I think based on the testimony, in part that's correct. I mean, I get what you're saying. What I'm having a problem with, and you can go ahead and ask the question, is that in September, the building, she's listing in all of these conditions. The building is yellow tagged in September. Still doesn't repair it. Rather than fulfilling their obligation to repair her unit and or to move her, they file a complaint to terminate a tenant. That seems to me to be more problematic than her not searching around trying to figure out where she's going to put her 5 kids. Right. Same time. Yeah. Place started in September. I get you, Mr. Herman, but here's the thing. We all understand the housing situation in Washington, right? Hers is going to be particularly unique because of the number of children that she has in terms of trying to find housing, right? So she ought to be able to exist in some place that's at least happening, and at least try to do the best she can. She's then offered a 3-bedroom, which is really her point. She's offered a 3-bedroom, not searching any place else. That's going to be hard to find. It just is. So I get the 3-bedroom because at minimum, at least, I can have a roof over it with 2 bedrooms. Am I right? Am I right? So then it's a 3-bedroom, kind of a godsend in a way, because maybe I can get out of this mess I'm in have enough room for me and my kids, and move. And then they won't do that. Instead of not doing that, her building the yellow key, they not only won't move him, you got to pay us $2,000. Whatever. You got to pay us $2,000. And then what we're going to do is tell you, knowing that your difficulty, knowing that your back is against the wall, not taking the 2,000. We're going to come. And you got to do. That's what they did. Their temperature was. She was a mom. Yeah. So when the problems to try to make it, somebody did her ladies out. No. And it is my interpretation. I'm going to be the one to sign.
This is a judicial mic drop. The judge isn't speculating. He's drawing